Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike here with a video, my first video on anything to do with trucking. So at this point, I probably have like 6 different YouTube channels, and it's all we can do, right? Is keep trying. So it's gonna be a different one, like a separate channel, completely separate channel, and I'm gonna do trucking for a while. And I want to become an owner operator later, and ultimately it'll be like my own fleet. But then I'll jump out of it and like go into real estate or something. I don't know. But I wanted to try to get better shot. Okay. Yeah. So let me tell you where I am now, currently, and where I intend on going. So, um, at some point in time, I had a bunch of bills lined up. I owed a bunch of money to other people, but my heart and soul was in funnels. I was learning how to build websites, learning how to do graphic design, learning how to code, learning how to do a million other things that pertain to online business. Uh, and one of them was YouTube, like how to do SEO, how to do thumbnails, how to do Photoshop, all that stuff. So a lot of those skills that I learned in that time frame, they converted to here. Well, at least they're helpful. They're going to be helpful in starting this YouTube channel. But um, yeah, that's where I was, and I was doing that. But like all my bills, everything's piling up, and I don't have any money to pay for it. So this is not even being used right now. I should really stay focused on the video, bro. Anyways, yeah. So that all of those converted into trucking now, into starting a new YouTube video, a YouTube channel for trucking. I saw a lot of videos on trucking and semi trucking and hotshot trucking. I want to try all of it, and then yeah, and we want to start our own company, have our own trucks, and then have our own drivers, have our own authority, DOT number, MC number, all that stuff. We'll talk about it later. I just got my CDL like yesterday, so I'm probably not qualified to talk on any of those things. It's probably a little bit too early too, but not really, because failure to prepare is preparing to fail. Anyways, I was frustrated because I was working on funnels, but I couldn't pay the bills, and so I had to make a decision. I was like, hey man, this funnels thing is not working, at least not yet, or I shouldn't be doing it right now. Maybe there's some other thing I have to do to make money and then do it. And trucking was the only vehicle that I it like a wealth vehicle, right? To create wealth the only career that I saw that like could be a six-figure job starting out, not 5 years later, but starting out with minimum schooling. 1 month of school, like it's a joke. And so we did that, and I fully committed to it. And so I went to a CDL school that was paid by the VA. So lucky for me. Actually, not lucky for me. I spent 5 years. It was a vacation, 5 year vacation. I'm just kidding. I went through a lot of stressful times in the military. Anyways, the military paid for my CDL school. I got out of CDL school literally this last Saturday, so 4 days ago. And I started calling different companies. And Schneider was what I was going to work for originally, but for some reason, they promised me a lot of, not a lot, but they promised me, they had big promises. And then when I called, I was like, hey, I got my CDL ready to start. They're like, oh, by the way, your cents per mile is going to start like at 30 cents per mile. I freaked out. I was like, yeah, right. So I left and I started looking at other companies. And I knew a US Express paid a lot, especially for teams and especially for doubles and triples. And so I called him and he was like, hey, we need 3 months experience. I didn't have that because I just graduated school. I was like, okay, well, what can I do? I was in the military. Can I use that as experience? He was like, well, actually, we have this student training program where you come on and you're with the trainer for a month, and then that'll meet your 3 months training requirement. And after that, you can apply for any position. I was like, sweet, let me do that. And so that's what I did. But I have two brothers. Some of you that might be watching this channel know, but if you don't know, they're going to be the business partners. They're going to be the initial members of the business, the trio. Me, my older brother, and my younger brother. They're both going to join Schneider because there is no contract. Well, there is a contract, but you can't leave unless you pay for the school, and the school's only $2,000. My school was $9,000, but I didn't pay for it, obviously. But I'm just saying that's what they charged. And all that being said, yeah, that's where I am now. I'm with US Express. I just arrived at the hotel before my first day in orientation with US Express. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say their company, but they'll correct me if they need to. I'm not sure. We're just stumbling through this. And that's it. We're here, and then I'll let you guys know how the first day goes. But I'm super excited. I'm really excited because, yeah, getting your own truck. I want to become an owner operator as soon as possible. Like I want to have 6 trucks our first year between the 3 of us. Like a lot of people say, oh, you should really drive for like 10 years before you really get comfortable. Nah, dude, run with it. What's the worst that can happen? You lose all your money? Good. Call bankruptcy. Start over. Like, you don't need 10 years. You need to learn. But you can't learn if you're on the sideways thinking about it. You got to do it. Walk the walk. Owner operator. Just kidding. Not kidding. Anyways, we'll see how tomorrow goes. And I'm happy. I'm excited. So welcome to my journey. We're gonna call this channel Mike's Journey because I've dabbled in a million different things. Not really dabbled. I've committed. It's just it wasn't the right timing, I guess. But right now it's trucking and it's promising. So we'll be out with more videos for sure later. Peace.